I added abilities and new enemies to spice my game up. Hello guys, and welcome to my very second, I believe this is second now, Unity Devlog, where I'm gonna be making my first game. Today we're gonna be continuing working on my CirCools game that I covered in the previous video. You can check it out if you want. Now this game is about CirCools, but cool CirCools. You get it? You play as a starship and you have to complete the level by dodging various obstacles. We're gonna be adding different gameplay elements to it, such as ability system and new obstacles. In the very beginning of the project, I had levels in which I manually created every single obstacle. It was basically the simple stick that moved left to right in a sideways manner. For each individual obstacle, I created its own animation. Animations were mostly the same, with slight variations depending on the level. Now, can you imagine creating manually 10 levels with just 10 obstacles in each? Yes, you are absolutely right. Pure madness.
Madness.
Realizing that it was time to implement a more systematic approach, I started thinking how I can make it more simple. As Notch once said, you can't make great circles if you don't have great squares. So I went and grabbed the finest looking square I could ever possibly find and then started making even finer looking squares with my magic wand called Unity Animation System. A couple of strokes and we had a working animation that I could use infinitely in my game. Smelling that scent of victory, I grabbed my graphic pad for noobs and I brainstormed some more types of enemies that I wanted to see in my game besides that simple stick. Come on, you can do better. And I came up with a few. This one is a rotating platform that goes in a clockwise manner. Before it starts moving, it gives a slight twitch back to let the player know he's about to get completely shreked. Next one is a gate obstacle. It consists of two symmetrically animated pieces that move apart to give a player that split-second chance to sneak in before shutting and, well, completely shrekking the player. Honestly, I really enjoy that little detail with bouncy animation when they collide. I think it gives a sense of impact and weight, and all these little details, they really improve how the game feels overall. I think I'm gonna be covering some of these aspects in my next video. Okay, by moving apart, I don't think I meant entirely that. Cool! Now, this one is tough, for me, because I'm a noob. Basically, it is a stick that blinks. It goes from being visible to being John Cena in a series of blinks, and then disappears just for a mere moment. To avoid this one, you really need to time your taps very well, which may come with a bit of practice, or, spoiler alert, you just use current players' abilities to make it way easier. Going next, two panels that spawn, extend, and then move towards each other, forming sort of a tunnel that player has to manage to fly through. It looks like a previous one, but on the contrary to a quick reaction dash through the gate, this tunnel gives you a more sort of a long-lasting anxiety, because you never know if you have enough time and speed to pass through it. Last but not least, I decided to add a turret that shoots projectiles forward. To make this kind of obstacle more interesting, I have added a special script onto each projectile that delays spawn time by any value you like. That lets you create different shooting patterns that you can use in different levels. You can also grab a couple of these and place them together, making player progress more painful. And I know just the thing to ease this pain. Let's go grab one. Okay, we have brought some fresh variety to our game with obstacles, but I think we can do more. Let's give our player abilities. I will split abilities between 3 types of heroes. Kind of like most games have it, a strength, an agility, and a mage character. Now, being a humble and a very talented guy with an unlimited amount of imagination, I decided to come up with something spacey. I totally did not Google the list of all the constellations that there are in our galaxy right now and totally came up with it myself. I chose Crux, Crew, Crux, Leo, and Lyra?
Lyra.
Every character will have 2 unique abilities and 1 general ultimate. I have divided the screen into 2 equal panels on the left and on the right side. To cast these abilities, the player will need to press one of the panels. Some of these abilities are one-tap activated, and some of them are press and hold. Now, let's make a proper introduction to our Valorant heroes.
Alright then, it's morphin' time! Lyra.
Crux.
Leo.
Taurus.
Lyra. Leo.
Taurus.
Let's see. What is that? The one who liked and subscribed. Okay, let's start with our agility guy, Leo. This hero can use brake and boost to control its speed, and thus use players' sense of rhythm and reaction to dodge obstacles. I believe Leo will be the most universal character to play, because his abilities are equally good for all types of obstacles. Next comes our mage, Lyra. This hero can use blink to teleport forward and create a special sphere around itself that reduces the speed of all the obstacles that enter it. The slow sphere is quite simple, whereas the blink may not be as obvious, so here's how it works. As soon as you press the button down, Lyra casts the blink point that travels forward, marking the place of the teleport. As soon as you let go of the finger, you are instantly teleported to it. Now, to be honest, this character is quite OP in my opinion, but who cares when it looks cool and it's fun, right? Character is quite OP. Last but not least comes our strength hero, Crux. It uses a special force field that shields and absorbs some of the damage that may come with the collisions. It also can shoot missiles that fly forward and break down any obstacles that happen to come into its path. Guys, you know what? It got me thinking. Be like Crux. Break down every obstacle that come into your path, and don't forget to use shields when you fire missiles. To sum up, all 3 characters will have an ultimate ability that, upon activation, makes you invulnerable and boosts you straight through a couple of planets. To use this ultimate and all other abilities, a player will need to have energy. You can see I made sort of a mana bar right here, so that each time a player casts a certain spell, it drains some of its amount. Obviously, if you run out of energy, you can't use abilities, and it is refilled with every successful landing on a planet. As soon as you reach full energy, you can press both buttons at once and use your ultimate. Quite simple. Okay guys, actually before finishing the video, I wanted to share with you with something else. So I actually decided to Google what Taurus is, because, I don't know, maybe it is some forbidden word that will result in me being banned on YouTube forever. And I go to images, and I see this. Holy shit, this looks badass. This looks exactly like the criminal mastermind that would be behind all this stuff happening in 2020. This guy looks like fifth horseman of apocalypse. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I walk in an empty street at night and I suddenly hear boss music, it is this guy standing behind my back. And you know what? I actually decided to add him in my game. So now, when you play as crooks and you use shields, you have a small chance to spawn Towless. And when this happens, all of the damage that comes to your ship will be fully absorbed. So it is actually an OP guy, just as the Power Rangers article before stated. Yo, I think we're good for this video. Leave a like if you actually enjoyed the video and subscribe. In the next one, we're gonna be adding new graphical elements to the game. We're gonna make it look awesome, amazing, and cool. I think, I hope, I don't know. Goodbye.